Oh man, we live, baby. We live. We lit, baby. We lit. What's really good, family tree? Let me know you're live in the building with me by simply hitting the like button real quickly. Yeah, drop a little comment in the comment section. Let me know that you're here with me. You know, oh my God, I haven't streamed in a hot minute, an absolute minute. I've been missing it. Forgive me, okay? But let's get into this because I'm testing out systems here at work right now. Let me have a look. Ooh, it's looking crystal clear, baby. And the sound, let me know if the audio is coming through sweetly as well, yeah? Just let me know because I'm looking at myself right now, yeah? And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't even do a little extra. I didn't even comb the beard, nothing, but I'm here. Anyways, family, yeah, enough of all of that. So, recently, we've been watching the whole, Billy Carson thing explode. Wes Huff has been getting a lot of attention as well. You know what? Billy Carson, I don't even know how to even describe what category he falls into, okay? But I'm like, because when certain people have spoken to me about like certain individuals, Billy Carson and other individuals that slightly hint on and touch on Kmtic information, yeah, I'm like, really? Like, is this the people that you go to? Because these people are by far pseudo. And to be honest with you, that's one of the reasons, yeah, why I've even stopped even like, I don't even know. I don't even really want to talk about these, certain topics here because I'm like, I don't really care for these things, because I don't. Too many times I've got to like hush my mouth because let's say, for example, you have a guest come onto the platform and they're just chatting shit. You just know they're just talking the whole heap of nonsense, right? But me as a host, I'm supposed to be there to facilitate individuals to come on, like on the Talk with the Titans when we normally do that. That's why I haven't even really been doing it because I'm like, do I even want to facilitate nonsense? Especially when people come in and talk pseudoisms, okay? I can't lie. When people tell me or start talking about, the pyramids were built by aliens, I'm like, it frustrates me, innit? It absolutely frustrates me when I hear people talking these types of talks, yeah. Because I'm like, you don't even want to give like humanity the credit that is due. You don't even want to give Africans the credit that is due. Like, first of all, it was meant to be slaves that built the pyramids, Jewish slaves that built the pyramids. Then it was, the European, looking Egyptians that built. Now it's aliens that build it. Like, give the Negroes like some credit for their mathematics, ingenuity, engineering skills, architectural skills, all those skills. Why are we not even doing that? But anyways, yeah, enough of all of that. Like, I was watching this thing because I see everywhere, like all the Christians are just like, just reloading this particular conversation. It's not a debate. It was like a discussion, okay? It was a discussion. Let's not blow things out of proportion. It was discussion, right? And finally, yeah, this is why I created Talk with the Titans, mind you, because you have like titans, massive names, like people who have a lot of influence, are supposed to be intellectuals here that come onto the platforms, right? And they spew their stuff. Like we give presentations and things like that on our platform. And Talk with the Titans is geared towards, other titans or other members inside of the community actually get to ask those probing questions to those titans that have given a presentation on information, right? Because me, myself, I don't want to do it. I could do it all day long, but if I do that all day long, yeah, nobody would want to come on the platform because I'm going to grill the hell out of you, right? So for me, I'm like, let me breed a community of, how can I put it? Intellectuals, breed a community of, what's the word? Critical thinkers. So when somebody comes on and presents some information, they can spot it. Fallacy, or, well done. Like, that was logical, that was sound, that reasoned straight. Like, give the Titans credit where it's due. So it was amazing to see that Wes Huff came on and be like, oh, let me just get some clarification on what you're saying. The Sinai Bible, there's nothing called the Sinai Bible. You mean the Sinaiticus? let's just get it right. And where did you say Jesus never got crucified? In the Gospel of Barnabas, is it? Hey, listen, yeah, that was absolutely like comical and hilarious because I watch these things and this is why I don't even participate no more, yeah, because I'm like, none of these Negroes, yeah, none of these people are even on my level to be even debating, conversating with, having, real stuff with, because it's like, you lot are dumb, yeah, absolutely dumb, respectfully dumb, okay? It's not your fault. No, it is your fault, but respectfully, you lot are dumb. And I'm like, this is what you lot actually believe? Like, this is your facts? And this is why I love Wes Huff. Yeah, like, what is your methodology that you utilize right here? To falsify whether these things are right or wrong. There is nothing. I just go to different communities and I listen to their oral stories. Blood, this is jarring, like absolutely jarring. Yeah. Oh my God. So yeah, salute to Wes Huff. Well done. You did your thing. Like, kudos to you, yeah, for doing your thing on that. I'm thinking Billy Carson, what else? Like, because people, I'm like, bro, I don't listen to that nonsense, personally. And recently though, like, this is gonna pain my heart, I'm paining my, it's a pain me. And like, listen, literally, I was watching, let me see if I can find it actually. I was watching Jabari, yeah. Salutes to Jabari though. I love Jabari. I absolutely, let me see, where is it? Jabari Osaze. Where are you? Let me see if I can just find it. But I felt as though I wasted 2 hours of my life watching what you put forward, like, respectfully, because this is my guy. If I tell anybody like, if you want to learn some Kmtic information, or you want to be part of a Kmtic community, I would say, yeah, go over there to Jabari stuff and kind of learn that and kind of be around that, because he seems as though he's like well put together. Okay, but again, when you are discussing Christianity, if you are Kmtic, yeah, please like allow it, fam, allow it, like, please, like, because you're gonna feed the community some information that personally I just think is false. Personally, yeah. Where is it? No, it's Ascension. What's it called? Ascension. What's his thing called? If anybody in the chat section knows what Jabari's channel is called, the Ascension something, when he does his Sunday thing, and I was like, he was talking about virgin, Isis being a virgin and so forth, right? And I'm like, okay, I want to listen to this. And the reason why I want to listen to this is because I want to learn, okay? I read the Kmtic information and I'm like, I've never seen it like that. I've never seen, the Virgin, like you have the Virgin Mary. I think he was doing the comparison between the Virgin Mary and the Virgin Isis or Aset or, whatever name you want to call it. Isis, okay? Aset, yeah? He was doing the comparison. I'm like, I've never really seen, the Virgin Isis like that. So like, I wonder, okay, I want to learn, because that would be something new that I've never like seen before. So I watched it. Like, you came with some good stuff, like information, but nothing to validate why Isis is a virgin. Like, I was like, huh? Like, where? Like, you now come, sorry, I apologies here, because correct me in it, like, correct me, because I was watching it, this is like ×2 speed, so I might have lost something in it, but on the presentation slide, it had like, Isis or Aset, I'm paraphrasing, something like, impregnated via thunder. And I was like, I read the passage, which, and I was like, there's nothing like that. It just said that, light, it doesn't say thunder even, it says lightning strikes basically, and the Neteru are in awe, and then Isis awakes pregnant, maybe, I don't know. I'm like, how? It just tells you like of a striking moment, the lightning strike, it's an awe-filled moment where, the Neteru are like, yeah, like something amazing has happened. How did you get that the thunder impregnated Isis? I said, I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all, right? So again, like, explain it to me. I didn't get that. Then it was like, yes, she's virgin, and because the temple needs to be pure, and there is 2 women or 2 young girls or 2 maidens or 2 virgins, those who have not nen wepet senu. Nen wepet senu. Those who have not been opened, basically. So either, i.e., open via, sexual activities, or open via, what's it called? Giving birth. Okay, cool. Like, those are the girls who are playing the part with inside of the temple ritual thing. It's got nothing to do with Isis itself. Like, that doesn't make no sense. Like, because two pure individuals represents these goddesses now means the goddesses are virgins. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. And I was like, this is what's passing for scholarship? Like, because guess what? When a Kmtic individual who is none the wiser comes forward and, let's say I'm using your presentation to prove that the Virgin Isis came before the Virgin Mary, and Mary was stolen from Isis and stuff like. And then somebody with a critical-minded Christian will now start poking and probing, and it's like you're gonna leave your congregation like just flummoxed, like completely lost, because this is not great argumentation at all. When I hear Kmtics going against Christians, I'm like, why do you even want to go against Christians? Like, there ain't nothing wrong with what the Christians are doing. Like, what's wrong? Like, fair enough. Like, I get it, because you're most probably an ex-Christian, okay? And religion has left a nasty taste in your mouth, especially if you're a black person, right? In America, because you're dealing with slavery, you're dealing with your culture being ripped and stolen away from you, and then they force-fed you Christianity. So now, I want to break away from that. Fair enough, I hear that, but don't put that onto Christianity itself and then try to, allow that, man. Just leave the Christians with their thing, because the Christians have got things going on, and the Christians are all right. They're good. Like, their thing is kind of solid still. Yeah? Like, but if you want to come with a argumentation where Christianity came out of Kemet, or is Christianity came out of ancient Egyptian philosophy or spirituality or religion or civilization, then put forward a good argument. Because the argumentation that I'm hearing is pure. It's just weak. It's absolutely weak. It's not even weak. It's not even an argument, man. It's just delusional thoughts being blurted out. Stop it, man, because you're making certain people look foolish. Foolishness. Okay, let me actually read some of your comments here. So, what's really good, family? Rika B up in the building. Cheese, my moderator. And then Tarragon says, afternoon, Merry Christmas, peace and love to you. So, what's happened with Billy now? Okay, he ascended to a higher being and is now on an elevator somewhere in Maki. Says, peace, you back from the void. Lol. Yeah, man. I took a time away, man. I was away. I went on holiday for a little cool piece. Life has just been, going on. And then plus just work. I've been working a lot. So I haven't had the time to actually be doing a lot of these shows. Okay. I haven't had any time. I'm just lucky right now. I'm literally at work. So while I've got some time to kill, I'm going to do a show right now off the cuff. Okay. So yeah. But yeah, family. Talk to me, like, what's been going on? What has been going on? You said there's nothing wrong with Christianity. Nah, there ain't nothing wrong with Christianity. You let me know. Yeah, let me know what is wrong with Christianity. Because personally, for me, I don't find nothing wrong with Christianity. Like, I would tell you straight up and down, the stories that's recorded about Jesus, and would say that this man is a master teacher. 100%. This individual is a master teacher. If you follow the teachings put forward by Jesus himself as written in the Gospels, you would say that if you follow them, it will lead you to a very moral, fulfilling, rich life. 100%. Like, what is wrong with it? Absolutely nothing. If there's something wrong with it, maybe I'm being naive, and maybe I'm too positive and optimistic, right? But for me, it's all good stuff in there. Yeah, it's all good stuff in there. Yeah, personally, like, I would tell I did. I actually sent my children to Catholic school. Like, That's what I did. Yeah, because I was like, yep, if I had to choose out of state school or a religious school, I would choose a religious school, and I would choose a Catholic school to send my children to, or Christianity to send my children to. Like 100%. 100%. Like, so talk to me. I don't know. Let me know, man. What's wrong with it? Aaron says, yeah, Billy got cooked. Yeah. See, I hate using words like that, like cooked. I would say, yeah, Billy finally got challenged. Because a lot of these individuals, they will get onto the internet and they never get challenged. A lot of people have never experienced a proper debate ever. So it's like, you're just talking to your choir. Like, you're literally just talking to your crowd, like your echo chamber, and everybody's like, yeah, yes, man, and you all the way. But then finally, when you get challenged, this is why I loved Speaker's Corner. It makes me feel like I need to go back to Speaker's Corner. Because Speaker's Corner was a place where, for example, let's say you have an hypothesis or you have something that you want to, espouse or teach or anything like that. It gives you real-time feedback right there, because the people there, are the most, I don't know, I wouldn't say the most critical, but they're the most naysayers. So they will probe you, they will ask you questions, they will do something. And then for me, that allows me, that real-time feedback would be like, okay, cool. Let me sharpen my argumentation there. Let me, counteract any objections before their objection even arises, because I can hear your mind. I'm listening to your thoughts. I'm seeing your facial reactions on, does this bang for you or not? So like, a lot of people have never had that experience of being in Speaker's Corner or, constantly being engaged in debates. So when you go up against somebody that finally challenges you, hey, you will crumble. And we saw it with Billy Carson. My man crumbled immediately. That's just 10% of what I teach. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's bypass that. He pulled him up on the Sinaiticus Bible. He pulled him up on the the Gospel of Barnabas being a fabrication within the 16th century, etc. Like, he pulled him up on all of that to let him know that, bro, you've been talking this crap for however many years, but nobody's been there to challenge you. But yeah, here I am. And trust me, and I feel the same way with inside of the Kmtic community, because I have to talk for the community. I love, I don't even see, sometimes people ask me, are you part of the Kmtic? I don't really know, I don't really know. I don't know about the community. I know that my worldview, my philosophy that I pull mostly from, is Kmtic philosophy. Secondarily from would be Greek philosophy. But let's say primarily, I love Kmtic philosophy. Okay. So that's me. Do I say I'm part of the community? I don't know about that, man. Because what I see is pseudoisms, okay? And I'll tell you that straight up and down. I'm a cultural Christian. I'm not a Christian, but I'm a cultural Christian that loves Kmtic philosophy, okay? Loves it. Absolutely loves it. Yeah. So, that being said, a person that has grown up, like, the first book that I read was, not the first book that I read, but like one of those books that really got me into reading was the Bible. I think it was a Jehovah's Witness Bible, mind you. And I loved it because when I turned to the back, there was like Greek and there was Hebrew. So I was like learning the Greek and Hebrew alphabets. And then I took it later on and I done more Greek, Hebrew, and Latin and learned all that. But anyways, so apart from all of that, like, I know Christianity. And then when I hear these argumentations against Christianity, I'm like, oh yeah, you men are barking up the wrong tree. Spotlight's on me. How would it? Anyways, okay, cool. Let me go. Christianity, let me read through these comments. Yeah, let's just get it cooking. All right, Christianity is inherently divisive. It regards all other religions as false, and this has been a pretext to attack African traditional spirituality, indigenous spiritual practices. This is a problem. Ooh, that's one. Ooh, 1 point to you. 1 point to you. I do not disagree with. Let me just read it again. Yeah. Christianity is inherently divisive. It regards all other religions as false, and this has been a pretext to attack African traditional spirituality, indigenous spiritual practices. This is a problem, 100%. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you, because I have conversations with my sister. Yeah, like shouts out to you, sis. And when I listen to her mind, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, you lot, yeah, this gets you to hate every, like, not hate, but disparage other African traditions, gets you to disparage like other religions and so forth. I'm like, it does that mindset. It definitely does. And I think Christianity, all of those religions, Christianity and Islam definitely does that, 100%. But again, there is the religion versus the teachings, or that which is recorded of the master teacher, JC, big man JC. Yeah. Like when you read through his teachings as recorded in the Gospels, it's kind of different, you know? I don't get that divisiveness inside of it as such. I don't really get that. Okay? I don't really get it. But the religion, oh, what it breeds, oh my God. Of course, this is groupthink, this is cult behavior, cult mindset. Anytime you're part of a group or community or a clique, there's always, you know, the us versus them mindset, which is very unfortunate. 100%. Salute to you though, Ras1. You're 100% right with that one. Which Christianity won? Because one won and the other White Zion one lost. Jeez, says Hassan Yilmaz. Pride comes before the fall. Billy Boy cooked himself, says Erin. Christianity postures as having a monopoly on God. This is a dangerous proposition. Ooh, let him cook. Let him cook. Huff was making stuff up too. Pull it up, Saran Latta. I need to check. Bravo to Russia and your Orthodox, to the winners of Christianity and its unbroken commitment. Yeah, Hassan. Den Taragan says, Russ, you don't think all ideologies, religions do that? Nah. See, for me, Den Taragan, Kemet, like Kmtic philosophy doesn't do that. Like, this is why I built my channel off, by utilizing Kmtic philosophy, right? Kmtic philosophy says, yeah, cool, like every single one of you are valid. Yeah. Imagine how many cult centers or philosophies are within inside of Kemet. And none of them are looked at as bad or whatever the case is. It's all synchronized. Like, cool, yep. Oh, you want to worship Ra? That's cool. You want to worship Khonsu? That's cool. You want to worship Amun? You want to worship Ptah? That's cool. We recognize them as, let's say, for example, you know, for your ethnic or cultural group, that's your highest articulation of the divine force or the source of the universe. And you called it Ptah, no problem. We called it Ra over here. We've got no problem between the two of us. We can even see that we're basically saying the same thing, but we just come from different regions and we have our own philosophers that have articulated it. So there's no problem. We're welcoming it. Oh, you're a foreigner and you want to come in and you want to bring your own thing in? Cool. As long as you submit to Ma'at, i.e. truth, justice, righteousness, reciprocity, all of those core principle, core foundational principles of our culture, you can come in and you can have your own cult center. We will even build you your own temple and, you do your thing. Like, we don't have no problem with you. We're very much so welcoming. All right. That's Kmtic philosophy. That's Kmtic hierarchy and political structure in place. But again, yeah, you're right. In Christianity, Islam, they ain't nothing like that still. Like, but then again, it's technically Christianity, Judaism was for a particular ethnic group, so it made sense. It made sense. If you're part of a particular ethnic group, this is the only one, Yahweh. Yeah, follow him and him alone. But when you have multiculturalness and multi-ethnic groups, like which Kemet as a civilization and empire was, we're like, no, come on, man. You come in. You could be a Jew and we'll build you your own temple. Like literally, yeah, in Upper Egypt, in Philae. We'll build you a temple to worship your God. We have no problem with you. Like, That's the Kmtic mindset. That makes it completely different to religion. Full stop. Let's see. Let's go through. Huff was pseudo too. Let's see. Okay. Most part, big up time. Yes, I'm not in fairy tales at all. Immaculate conceptions, baby flying donkeys, etc. Not for me. That's not what Christianity teaches. Immaculate conception? Nah, there's nothing wrong with immaculate conception. I think people get twisted what immaculate conception is. Immaculate conception, I believe, is when something is completely flawless and perfect, right? So, he's just basically saying that Mary was a flawless individual without sin in order to breed or to give birth to another flawless individual. But anyways, flying donkeys. Okay, that's Islam. It's not technically a donkey, it's a burak. But still, that's not, okay, cool. Christianity weakens the individual's independence upon oneself. I don't know, because it's all your interpretation, right? Because for me, it doesn't weaken it. Because I loved what Jesus said. He said something like, you will do even greater things than I. Imagine that. Jesus, who performed miracles, man, like JC, Yeshua, HaMashiach, like he performed great miracles, he did great works, great deeds, mighty of words, etc. Said that, like, behold, like, you see what I've done here in a short space of time? Possibly 3 years, they say. Like, don't get it twisted. You, man, will be able to do things too, fam. You'll be able to do things too, but at a great level than I did. So for me, when I listen to that type of teaching, I'm like, yeah, man, my independency doesn't go if I'm a Christian. Like, I can do massive things. I'm a child of God too. Jeez. So you know what that means? If I'm a child of God, if I'm made in the image and the likeness of God, I can do godly things too. That opens up my world of possibilities. If it says in the beginning that, I've sent you here to be, dominion over all things. Jeez, like, that's a high mind. That's a high anthropology. That's a high ontology. That's like, whoo. Listen. My expanse, my vision is on what's it called? Untethered. Yeah, I can go anywhere. Let me keep on reading though. Let's see. Leeds was okay. Let me get back to work. Enki. I know, man. I know. Soon, man. Soon. All right. Every man has a right to his own destiny. Bob Marley. Kalam. Did you see Garfield read program yesterday? He really shows that the Christians has been lying for years about the biblical text. Moses, Joseph, Abraham, and Jacob are fictitious. Bro, I'm gonna say this here. Anybody who is into biblical scholarship will tell you, like, this is nothing new. Like, will tell you that, yeah, all of these things are not how can I put it? Fictitious is such a strong word. It has a lot of connotations to it. Yeah, they're not historical figures. Of course. Yes. Abraham is not a historical figure. Joseph is not a historical figure. Jacob is not a historical figure. Most of the no, let me not do that. The patriarchs are not, no, let me not even do that. Yeah, let me leave it there already. I don't want to cause too much controversy today. But yeah. Like, any biblical scholar will tell you this. Like, this is nothing new. It's going to be new to Christians though, right? All these Moses. Yeah, none of these people are historical figures. Although there is definitely history inside of the Bible, inside of the Old Testament, right? There are historical data points within inside of there. But a lot of these key figures, they're not historical figures at all though. Okay. Yeah, shouts out to you, Ricardo Robinson, for that. Cheers, Melanated Goddess up in the building. Oh man, hey, family tree, make sure y'all hit the like button right now, because I ain't been on for a minute. So let's get it, man. Let's get it. All right, low key, what's good? First time here, yeah. All right, salute to you. Peace, brother. Your Black American Shia brother here. I finally caught you live. Oh man, anti-American American. I salute you. Just because you do miracles doesn't make you true and sent by God. To have dominion, yet we are in bondage. What dominion? That's a lot of responsibility. Catch up with y'all later. Okay, yeah, salute. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? To have dominion, yet we're in bondage? I don't know. I don't feel fettered. I don't feel like I'm in bondage. I feel as though I'm a free man. Free at last, free at last. I feel as though I'm free, but you let me know if you feel as though you're in bondage. Like, we're living in the most beautiful, miraculous, like, time ever. Like, absolutely great. Like, right now, guess what? You're at home, at work, on the toilet with, I don't know, 4th generation, 4G phones, like literally iPhones, yeah, where you get to actually see me talk to you. Hey, yeah, get to see me talk to you live on air. Like, in what time of history did we ever get that? Like, with one mic, one camera, like, we get to reach the world. Some of you guys are in America, UK, Europe, like Asia, Africa, and you're here right now listening to me speak, like, through your devices. It's beautiful. Like, we can go right now to the shops and just buy food. Tesco, Sainsbury's, Waitrose, like, we can literally go and buy food and come back and cook it up and eat. Like, this is the best time in ever. Like, we're not in poverty. We're not starving. We've got roofs over our heads. We've got warmth. I don't understand. Like, I think as though, like, we're in a very good place in the world right now. I feel as though that we have the ability to create whatever we like in the world. Like, we can create. We are creators. I don't understand. Like, I don't know. You tell me, like, how we do not have dominion. I believe that we have dominion in our own personal sphere. Like, as long as you're able to rule and control and manage your own life and take accountability and responsibility for your life, at least you have mastership over your own self. And afterwards, you need to just expand that sphere of influence to your external world, right? And hopefully, some of us, we try to make this world a better place for everybody else to live in and for our progeny to live in too. Okay, all right. Let me keep on going. Being taxed. Big up. Strawberry Atheist was good. What land to you own and not pay taxes? That's not freedom. Ooh. Okay. Well, I guess, but one could argue to say that to own land, right? To actually own something, like, you could now go down the whole, spiral and say, how does one own land? Like, something that was here, like, God gave us this land, or the universe or the earth gave us this land. How does one actually own anything? In fact, how do you even own? You're just caretakers, because once you pass on, you don't own the land anymore, right? Somebody else now takes control of it. So technically speaking, and in taxes, like, no, man, sometimes you need to pay a little bit of tax, because those taxes, I think that's the thing, we have to understand, like, what does our money go towards? For example, like, what does our taxes go towards? Does it go to, for example, I'm just saying, I'm not saying this is it for definite in the country or region that you're in, but at least, for example, if you pay that tax, you have protection. Legal protection to say, yeah, I own this and nobody else can come in. And if somebody else does come in and try to enforce their own will upon your land, which you say you own, which is your property, then you have the legal rights and the enforcement rights of the system, i.e. the police departments and the court system, to actually fight off anybody who wants to take over your land and property. They will come in and remove those individuals. So that's where your money is going towards. You have, again, security as well. Like, if there's any wars and problems in the world, you've got the security system that's actually defending you and making sure that your land is nice, Then you may have, for example, what's that thing called? Like, water and electricity and all these things need to be paid for, right? But again, like, we just don't know, innit? Like, we just don't know. We just think, oh, it's meant to be free. It's meant to be whatever. If somebody has put in physical work or labor or given you a service that you enjoy, like, it's never going to be free. You're going to have to pay some which way or another. But anyways, that's my own personal thoughts. Okay, the scholarly consensus has come to the conclusion that most of the Bible stories and characters are fictitious. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything like that, but get me. But yeah, man. So family tree, let me know. Talk to me though. Talk to me. Give me some good stuff. Give me some good stuff, because we've seen that. Oh, you know what? Where's Huff? Yeah, actually, nah, because I was watching him on the thumbnail, and he like. A little criticism when people talk about Islam. I love Islam. I absolutely love Islam. And the reason why I love Islam is because of the fact that I love history, and I'm a history like person. I love history. That's the key thing. And although I haven't continued doing a lot of my readings, right? I went chronologically. So I went all the way back in history, learn about, the Sumerians, ancient Egyptians, etc., etc. We trickled down Greek, Christianity, Romans, etc., Arabs, Byzantine Empire, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And I'm here. And I haven't really moved past that bit because I'm like, I haven't, I don't know. I haven't really moved past it yet. And I haven't really studied anymore, to be honest with you. But I'm like, when people speak on Islam, I'm like, you lot don't actually know anything, to be honest with you. You lot don't know anything. As a historian, you actually don't know anything, because he said something was like, and even the host of the show was like, so you're telling me that, the author of the Quran was bluffing? Is that what you're telling me? So he stated that it is clear that the author of the Quran had never read the Bible, Old or New Testament. And then the host was like, so you're saying that when the Quran says to go and read the Old and New Testament, or go to get advice from the people of the Old and New Testament, he was simply bluffing to tell them to do that because he himself hasn't read it? I'm like, do you know how foolish you have to be to even accept that? You have to be very foolish. Very, very foolish. It is quite clear to me, to scholars, to anybody, that the Quran is quite familiar with the Old New Testament, New Testament, Apocrypha, Jewish writings, etc. Okay? The person, okay, because there is the whole, hypothesis or theory, whether it is a single sole authorship of the Quran or there is multiplicities of authors of the Quran. Whichever way, for now, I'm just going to use the author of the Quran, but there could have been multiple authors of the Quran, right? The author of the Quran was quite clearly a well-learned individual, a well-read individual. Please stop listening to Islamic or Muslim traditions on Islam or the Quran. They know absolutely nothing. That's an overstatement, but don't listen to that. Please don't. Please don't listen to that. That's just nonsense. Anybody who knows and read it could understand, for example, the subtext of the Quran. The Quran is even, saying certain things. Remember the time when, oh, you Jews, speaking specifically to the Jews, oh, you Jews, do you remember the time when you was on the Mount of Arafat, I don't know, wherever it is, and this happened? Clearly the author of the Quran was familiar with it. Oh no, there was just oral stories. Shut up, man. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. This has nothing to do with orality. The author of the Quran is very much so well-learned, well-read, and was able to write that. That doesn't just come from, just speaking something into existence, somebody else is just penning it down. No, anybody that understands grammar, rhetoric, logic, understands that you need to have written this down. You needed to have edited the work. You needed to expand on the work. You needed to clarify things a bit more. These people were very well learned, and we do a disservice to these people when we think that they were dumb individuals. They were much more smarter than you, to be honest with you. They didn't have TVs. They didn't have social media to distract them. No TikToks to distract them. Like, all they had was their libraries and reading those Ross Clark texts. That's what they were doing. And creating their own, formulating their own texts as well. Like, give credit where credit is due, my G. Like, don't listen to the Muslims when they tell you that Muhammad was illiterate. Like, stop that. Okay, anyways, let's see. Kalam, you should debate West Huff. I don't know what there is to debate with West Huff on, though. But I would love to just have conversations with people, though. Like, it's beautiful. Why did he take the Deuteronomy 30, 12, 14 in Romans 10, 6 to 8 and all 3 times removed so you may do it? And in the middle passage, change crossing the sea to rising out of the abyss. Why did the author of Hebrews 10 change heirs to body? Psalms isn't about human sacrifice. It's about preparing our ears to hear and do Torah. Okay. Yeah. Please provide scriptures to back up your claims and insults. I don't know. Am I insult? I don't know. Mercu. I don't know who am I actually insulting. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Everybody has read that Muhammad was an illiterate. Not everybody, actually, but you will read these nonsense from Muslims to say that he was illiterate. But ask them where. Where does it say that he was illiterate? He said that he was an Ummi prophet. An Ummi prophet. Like, do you understand how many definitions of Ummi there is? And that there, yeah, like, again, you have to, again, a lot of people don't do the scholarship, right? So you have to go into the scholarship of it and see what do they say the word ummi means and understand what it means, okay? And it's got nothing to do with illiteracy. Illiteracy is like one thing that it could possibly mean, but the context does not state illiteracy, okay? In its proper context, it means like Gentile prophet, okay? He was the prophet sent towards the Gentiles, or the apostles sent towards the Gentiles, yeah? When people try to liken Muhammad to Christ or Moses, it's like, no, he's closely, they're trying to liken this particular Muhammad to Paul, the apostle Paul. Apostle Paul never physically met Jesus, but had a how can I put it, a spiritual vision of Jesus. Muhammad never physically met Jesus, but had a spiritual visitation of Jesus. Not the angel Jabari or Gabriel. No. It was of Jesus. Or, his spiritual form of Jesus, shall I say. Okay? The Apostle Paul was sent to all the nations, where the other apostles during that time was technically sent to the 12 tribes of Israel. That's why I made Paul a bit special and different. Muhammad wasn't sent to the Israelites. He was sent specifically to the Ummi, to the Gentiles, to convert them. Okay? That is it. Okay? That is the link between it all. But anyways, that's for a story for another day, when we start speaking about the historical Muhammad. Not the traditional Muhammad. Hold on 1 second. TV's about to turn off. 1 second. Oh, yeah, why have you turned off now? Why are you turning off? Let's get you back. Hey. Okay, cool. So yeah, oh no, it's on mute. Ooh, I look good. Jesus Christi. Yeah, where was I? Yeah, the historical Muhammad versus the traditional Muhammad. Like, big difference, absolutely massive difference. The traditional Muhammad was created or invented during, the one that we know about was generally created from like the 9th century onwards. That's the traditional Muhammad that we're all kind of familiar with, okay? But there's the historical Muhammad that not a lot of work has been done into it. And I've done the work into it. And I'm like, I bust a couple of things already to say that the historical Muhammad, you're looking in the wrong century for that Muhammad. You're looking in the wrong century. Most people are looking in the 7th century for the historical Muhammad. No, you're wrong. He is in the 6th century. That's when that Muhammad is. Go to the 6th century and you will find the historical Muhammad. You will find him written about within inside of the Christian records as well. Okay? And that will blow your brass clot mind to understand that Islam is nothing but an offshoot of Christianity. Not even an offshoot of Christianity, was nothing but Christianity that was hijacked later on for political reasons and political gains and created their own fabricated Muhammad. Okay? That's what happened. And most Muslims today are following, or every Muslim today, to be honest with you, is following that 9th century corruption versus the early 6th to 7th century nascent movement that took place in South Arabia. But anyways, like, this stuff that I know, yeah, is way before. I'm telling you, when I talk here, I'm like a prophet because I'm way before my years, you know. I'm way beyond my years. Way beyond my years. I'm telling you now, like in the next 5 to 10 years, yeah, you'll hear the scholarly community start coming out and teaching you this stuff. They'll start teaching you about Ethiopia and what took place, and you will learn that this stuff goes back. But anyways, that's sidetrack. Let's go. Kalam Osora, would you ever think about debating Wes Huff? Like, I would debate anybody. I don't really mind. Okay. But what is there to debate? I don't understand. Like, we can say, would I debate them? Yeah, I'll debate my own mother. Okay, but what is there to debate on? What is the point of contention that we would debate? Where is restoring the sight of the blind in? Okay, and verses that's not in the scripture. You just said Paul is a special, yet changes the Hebrew scriptures. Mr. Huff will not debate anyone who knows about Christianity. He will only debate someone like Billy Carson, who is pseudo. Yeah. Do you read a lot of works of Orientalists? I guess that's what you would call Western scholarship on Islam. If that's what you call Western scholarship on Islam, no, Orientalists, Occidentalists, I don't know. You tell me. The name Muhammad is blasphemy in itself. The name Muhammad, yeah. Muhammad Suleiman. The name Muhammad is blasphemy in itself. Yes and no. I understand what you're saying, right? Yes. Okay. So this is what I say. You have to go back a century earlier, right? Back century earlier. And you realize that it within inside of South Arabian epigraphy, okay, the word Muhammad was actually used, and it was a name, title used for the deity of God. They used to call the prime name of South Arabia, what they used to call God was Rahmanan, which the Quran picks up as Al-Rahman. So basically, the definite article in South Arabian epigraphy is the N at the end of a name. So Rahmanan. Okay. So N is what the Arabic picks up as Al. So Al-Rahman. But in South Arabian epigraphy is Rahmanan. And that Rahmanan had another title, another name, which was Muhammad or Mahmud. Okay. So yes, you're right. 100% right. You're right. For another individual, human being, to be called by the name of God would be blasphemy. Technically speaking, yes, you're right. 100%. Because Muhammad is technically a name of God. Jeez! The praised one. Who else is praised but God himself? Jeez! 100%. Okay? But now you have to understand the culture that is coming out of. And really and truly, you have to start understanding African / South Arabian culture to really understand that. Okay? And that is what used to happen. For example, you are the incarnation. You're the incarnation. Let's utilize that. You are the incarnation. Actually, no, I mean, before I even do that. So Muhammad was technically another title for the name of God, but it's also written inside of the scholarship that it could be a second power in heaven, right? Like the early Jews used to have the second power in heaven, which lets one think, could this just be another title for the Messiah i.e., Muhammad being a second divine force within inside of heaven. So that's another hypothesis, right? But technically speaking, it is a name of God. Okay, cool. But let's go into it now. So again, in the early 6th century, sorry, later half of the 6th century, and even the 7th century, we realize that there is other prophets that were being called by the name of their gods. So in South Arabia, during the time of Prophet Muhammad, of the traditions, okay, there was another prophet that they called false, who was also called El Rahman. Okay, he was the Rahman. So the people used to call him the Rahman, but they acknowledged him not being the most high divine being. They just simply said that he was the Rahman because he represents Rahman. Okay, he represents Rahman. So therefore, is it possible that Muhammad, okay, if you understand the South Arabian context, is not the most high, i.e. being called Muhammad, but he is the representation of Muhammad, which is, you know, the God of that time. If that makes any sense. Just the same way as Abraha, again, his name, I think it's another theonymic, it's called, the proper title of it, proper definition is called theonym, meaning the name of God. Okay. And Abraha was also a title for the name of God, meaning the light bearer or the one who gives light. Yeah. Who gives light? But Jesus Christ himself, who says, I am the way, the truth, and the light, or the life. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyways, I need to charge my thing. 1 second, family. Let's get this on charge. My chargey. I need to go smart, Let me enjoy life before life gets a bit too hectic. Here we go. Oh, okay, cool. Okay. 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 Deep. Ignoring the issue of the New Testament to the Tanakh. Very sad. I've had a good day. Please learn context and then the Torah. Hey, Charles M. I think we should next time. Come on. Like, I should invite people to come on and we have a good discussion. Okay. Ra the sun all day. 100%. But okay, this is another thing, yeah, because when people ask me like, oh, the sun. You see, Ra is actually is it called a homonym? It's a homonym. Ra is a homonym as well, because you have a Ra, i.e. the sun or the sun disk, okay? Then you have a Ra, i.e. Ra being the divine principle, the divine force behind the sun disk, behind the created universe, to be honest with you. So we have to be careful because I've seen, Christians have said, oh, you lot worship the sun. Like Kmtics worship the sun. No, but Ra is the sun. Like, no. Ra, which is a separate hieroglyph, is the divine force. And then so Ra, the sun disk, which is representative of his soul, the power manifest. Ra, the divine principles, power manifest is the sun. Because the sun is the life giver. That's the physical manifestation of the divine hidden force that gives life to everything, gives light to everything, controls time, it controls time, day and night, etc. Like, yeah. So let's we have sometimes, we have to take time out and actually explain things to people who are not, well endowed with insight of the wisdom of Kmtic information. Let's see. Hotep, atom, divine principle, the sustaining force. There you go. Yes, family tree. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it short. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about before I do go? I was just testing the system, really and truly, and it looks absolutely amazing. Yeah, it looks amazing. But yeah, I'm here just to see what you guys have to say. Let me see if I can find Jabari's thing actually. Let me do that. Jabari, let's do virgin. Okay, there we go. No, it's not that. What's it called? Ascension. Let me type in Ascension. Jabari Ascension. I don't even know how to spell Ascension now. I don't know. I don't know where to find it. Yo, family tree, let me know. Can you lot tell me what's Jabari's channel called? Could you link me to his channel? Because I actually wanted to show you guys the video and let me know your thoughts on it. Kalam got snow in the background. I have Holiday Touch here. Yeah. I watched it. Okay, let me go into my histories then. Let me try going into my histories because you lot don't know Jabari's channel, man. Nobody's being helpful to me right now. Let's see if I can find it. Nah, I think I've gone too far. When did I watch this? I'm sure I just watched it recently. There you go. The Shrine of Ma'at. There you go. Kmtic Ascension.
Without Asta and Heru. Is Christian apologist human beings? Or are we not talking about a spiritual?
Here we go.
But here's the point. When I looked at the...
There we go. All right, cool. I can't even... Can I even share my own screen? Can I share my own screen? No, I can take a picture and I can share that maybe. Let's see if I can do this. Because this gives me a perfect opportunity to try out my new system. Command Shift 3. Perfect. We do that. And then let's try to load that up into the road. We want to put that as a graphic. Add media. Let's so recents, screenshots. Boom. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you want to be awkward. Okay. Nope. Done that wrong. Control 4. All right. Cool. That should work now. Where are we? Let's add media again. Add media. Screenshot. Open this. The width is bigger than 1920 pixels. You're bluffing. How can the width be bigger than 1920? Sorry, bear with me. Okay, once more. Add media. Let's try here. Add media. Open. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know. Okay, how do we... Okay. Oh, yes, sorry. We will have to do layers. Boom. Okay, maybe this one. Is it going to work? Screenshot. Hey. Okay, cool. Cool. Can I do a picture in picture then? Okay, cool. Yeah. Anyways, are you with me, family? Let me just make sure that you guys are with me first. Okay, straight off my ad, you should be able to share screen if you're... Yeah, I'm using something completely different. So I won't be able to share screen, but I will just show you what I saw. Okay, where is it then? There we go. Okay, cool, perfect. This is what I saw. All right, Mother Ast and the virgin birth of Heru, the sources. Okay, it says here, Ast is impregnated by thunder. Okay, coffin text, utterance 148. The taking shape as a falcon, the lightning flash strikes, and the Neteru are afraid. Us wakes up pregnant with the seed of her brother Asar. The woman raised herself in a hurry. Her heart rejoiced over the seed of her brother Asar. And she says, O Neteru, I am Ast, and the sister of Asar who wept for the father, etc., etc., etc. Now, let me read it all, so at least there's no confusion, okay? Answer for the father of the Neteru, Asar, who parted the slaughtering of the two lands. His seed is within my body, and it is as the son of the foremost and the Ennead who will rule this land, and who will become their heir to Geb, and who will speak for his father, and who will slay Set the enemy of his father Osar, that I have molded the shape of the Neteru within my egg. Come, O Neteru, so that you shall something, because where I've taken the picture, apologies, within my womb. Know in your hearts that your Lord is something. Okay, cool. So I saw this, yeah, and I'm like, you're saying mother assessed and the virgin birth of Heru. Okay, cool. Like, you're not proving that, because you're saying Ast is impregnated by thunder. Where? Like, brother, like where? Where? Because it's gonna be like crazy, yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not answering your call. Cool. Imagine. No, let me vent. This client, yeah, you're meant to be doing something with me earlier on today. This is why I've got my free time now, because you didn't turn up, yeah. And you think I'm gonna answer my call to you now? No, let me put my phone on silent, because you're taking a mick, mate. Don't call me back now to be like, oh, about you were sick. I don't want to hear you were sick. Anyways, cool. So anyways, yeah. Sorry, rants over. The taking, like, impregnated by thunder. Like, where did Aset say she was impregnated by thunder here? Like, the taking shape as a falcon. Cool. The lightning flash strikes. So the lightning flash strikes and the Neteru are afraid. Cool. So let's set the scene. Yeah, let's actually set the scene. Lightning has now flashed in the sky. Let's call it nighttime. So at nighttime, like the night skies, lightning has flashed. It's a scary thing, you know. Like, if you ever was outside and lightning flashed and it flashed close to you, it's a scary thing. So it says that the lightning flashed and the Neteru are afraid. So Neteru are like saying the gods or the high priests are afraid, or nature is afraid. Like, we're using, dramatic anthropomorphic language, okay? To say, anthropomorphic? I think there's another word for it. Okay. To say, like, this amazing thing has happened and, everything is afraid. Like, the world is afraid, basically. Cool. Aset wakes up pregnant with the seed of her brother. So you're saying to me the scene has been set where lightning has struck, the deities or the Neteru are afraid. Next bit now, Aset, she wakes up pregnant. How does that now mean that she was impregnated by thunder? Thunder is sound anyway. It doesn't even say thunder in this, okay? But of course, we know that after lightning, thunder, lightning precedes thunder. So we do know that, right? But it doesn't say anything about thunder. But obviously, it should be implied, right? But you're saying lightning. Lightning has happened. But is it that lightning has caused Aset being impregnated? Like, I don't know. I didn't get that. Like, you'll have to explain that one to me, because I was reading. I was like, how did you put that and that together to mean that? Because now I'm looking at it being critical, because I'm thinking to myself, like, what? Anyways, Aset wakes up pregnant. So she was asleep. She wakes up and she's pregnant with the seed of her brother, Osaze. Cool. The woman raises herself in a hurry, her heart rejoicing over the seed of her brother, Osaze, and she says, O Neteru, I am Aset. I don't know, fam. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I really don't know how that means that Aset was impregnated by thunder. But anyways, it might be me, my comprehension skills. Let me know, family, if you got that. If you got that from that, let me know. Let's see. You should be able to share a screen. If you're talking Nile Valley Otter, glad to be on your live, long time viewer. Yeah, at this point, I would like you to open the chat. Unfortunately, I can't on this system that I'm doing, but next time we will. Okay. And then what else? What else did he have? He had something else here, and I was like help me, help me to see what you're seeing because I don't see it. Cool. Let me do this as well. So let me screenshot this because this was another one of his proofs. Okay, let me do it from here to about here. Cool. And then let's put that as B, and then let's add media to this. Open this up. Cool. Cool. All right. Let me go into it and read it. Okay. Let's go into file. Reasons. Okay, cool. So in here it says here begins the stanza of the festival of the two kites, which is celebrated in the temple of Osiris, first of the Westerners, the great god, lord of Abydos. In the 4th month of inundation, from the 22nd day down to the 26th day, the entire temple shall be sanctified, and there shall be brought in 2 women, pure of body and virgin, with the hair of their bodies removed, their heads adorned with wig, tambourines in their hands, and the names inscribed on their arms, to wit, Isis and Nephthys. And they shall sing from the stanzas of this book in the presence of this god. The alternations between duet and solo can be detected by the changes from the first person plural to the first person singular and back again. I'm like, okay, cool. So how does that prove that Isis was a virgin? I don't get it. I don't get it. Because you're saying that this is a temple, something's going on. The entire temple shall be sanctified, and there shall be brought in 2 women pure of body and virgin. So like these 2 women are now going to be brought into the temple. Like their hairs are removed. They're wearing the wigs. They've got tambourines in their hands, and the name of Isis and Nephthys is going to be inscribed on them. And therefore, one could say that they are representations of Isis and Nephthys, although it's not explicit. But that doesn't mean that Isis was a virgin. Like, I'm not saying that she wasn't a virgin, but it's not to say that she is a virgin because 2 people playing the sisters are now virgins. Like, what sense does that make? Yeah, what sense does that make? It's like the nativity of G. I don't know, fam. It don't make no sense. Like, what? What is the conclusion there? Anyways, let me keep on reading. What does it say here in the commentary? It says here on stanzas, the chest of Papyrus, on the 2 kites who mourn for Osiris, namely Isis, the greater kite, and Nephthys, the lesser kite. Nenwepetsen, who have not been opened, who are virgin, for this sense of Wepsi, also 20 women who have not been opened in childbirth. Okay, cool. But how, 2 women or girls or whatever the case is, acting as or in a temple ritual with the names inscribed Isis and Nephthys, like, how does that make them how does that make Isis a virgin? Like, I don't get it. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? So anyways, yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, Kmtic people, like, please do a little bit better, because if you're going to be feeding this to the community, anybody could be able to rip this apart. Anybody who's utilizing critical thinking. And who cares if Isis was a virgin? I don't get it. At times I really don't get it. Like, what are we trying to prove here? Like, Christianity is in its own lane. Like Christianity is literally in its own lane. Why do we need to actually prove that it came out of Kemet? I don't get it. Like, why? We can find all of those concepts within inside of the Hebraic Bible. We can find it within inside of first century Jewish writers of the time, of the whole concept of virginity and, you know, why was it special for it to be a virgin in the first place? Like, what is the concept? What is the greater lesson that that's trying to be espoused by talking about Mary being a virgin in the first place? Like, we can go into Philo where he's talking about virginity and all these things here, and we can see that this is all part of that first century context. Why do we need to bring it all the way back to say that there is, now you need to, you know, show a direct link? Like, it's all long. Like, why? I don't get it. I don't know, fam. I really don't get it at times. But you tell me. The volume is a bit low. I see his point, but we should read the Medunetta. 100%. 100%. Like, 100%. In Medunetta, what does virgin mean? Virgin language may mean to not mean no children, not about sex activity. Christianity is not original, is borrowed from different cultures. Bro. Anyways, I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I'm tired. But yeah, anything last? Any last comments or questions that you don't want to say before I keep it moving? Let me know. Okay, if I was a Kmtic, okay, what would be my argumentation against Christianity? You could possibly say that there is nothing new in Christianity that's not already been made in ancient scriptures. And we can find a lot of concepts that are in Christianity that has its antecedents in Kemet. You could do that, but again, that doesn't disprove Christianity, though. For example, you have, let's just use this, you know, the title of Jesus. You have the Son of God. We have that concept within inside of Egypt, and ancient Egypt is chronologically older than Christianity. Cool. But the question is, did Christianity directly pick up the Son of God from ancient Egypt? Or was that something already within inside of the Jewish context? Or was that something the part of the Greco-Roman period? Like, you know, you have to find a genetic link to something. So it's like, what are we saying? We can see another title of Jesus within inside of the Bible called the Son of Man. The Son of Man is made mention, you know, again, thousands of years prior to Jesus within inside of the ancient Egyptian literature. Cool. But that doesn't disprove Christianity. You know, we can find the resurrection concept within inside of Egypt. It's not the same resurrection as that within inside of Christianity, though. We can find the heaven and hell concepts within inside of ancient Egypt. That's inside of Christianity. You could do all of these, you know, parallelisms all day long. But to say that it came directly from genetically rather than it being a cultural diffusion, like, you know, you have to get real technical when you're dealing with scholarship really and truly. Then it doesn't disprove. I don't know if people are trying to do this to disprove Christianity, because it doesn't disprove Christianity not one bit. So it's like, huh? I don't know. I don't know what people are trying to do, to be honest with you. I really don't. I really don't. Let's see. There is a good point that it does come from Kemet. The difference in Christianity is disciples and many others gave their lives for their belief, and so did our Lord. Is young Pharaoh coming back on your show? How does anti-blackness come into Islam? Or was it always there? Anti-blackness came into Islam via the migration of the original South Arabian Arabs up into the Northern Arabian regions, and then they, had complexes that way. But prior, no, there was no prior. Anti-blackness wasn't there. Blackness was, highly prized, and it's still there, but you just don't get to see it. For example, the black stone, highly prized. The black woman that they're all venerating, that they're doing ancestral worship towards or ancestral veneration towards every single year, i.e. doing Hajj to Hajar or Hagar, the black woman, like the blackness was something that was highly praised after back in the day. Is Young Pharaoh coming on back on a show? I don't know. The difference in Christianity is disciples and many others gave their lives for their belief, and so did our Lord. Okay. Good point that it does come from Kemet. Now, I don't think it does. I personally don't think that. For example, the teachings of Jesus. Let's do that, because sometimes we get confused between a religion, i.e. Christianity, the religion, Christianity, the iconography, i.e. you get to see, the Virgin, the Madonna, mother and child. We can get confused to say, oh, look, that's iconography. Cool. We can see that there is a direct correlation between that and Egypt. Okay, cool, no problem. All right. But what we're talking about, there is other literature, i.e. letters inside there, the letters of Paul and so forth in there. So what we're saying exactly came from Kemet. Because if we read the Gospels, let's just utilize the 4 Gospels or even the Synoptic Gospels, the 3 Gospels, right? Matthew, Mark, and Luke. And we go through the teachings of Jesus Christ. What in there, the teachings of Jesus, what in there comes from Kemet? If we go through the parables of Jesus, what he actually taught or supposedly taught, what is it that is Kmtic? Let me know. Because I don't see it. Sometimes you don't talk, but I'm like, okay. If we're talking Judaism now, which is the root of Christianity, then you have, okay, now we can see where Judaism may have a lot of Kmtic influence in there. We can go through the Old Testament and we can see a lot of Egyptian influence in there, 100%. According to them, they were in Egypt for a considerable period of time. So, of course, they're going to be Egyptianized. Quite clearly. I've been in Britain or England for the last, 20, maybe even 28, I don't know, however many years, right? I've definitely been influenced by British culture. My thought pattern, my linguistic patterns, my cadence, my everything. I am very much so British. 100%. Stiff upper lip. Yes. Very much so British. Of course, because that's where you live. That's the cultural influence. So I don't know, man. You got to tell me what exactly are you not trying to pick at. Difference in Christianity. Okay, cool. Okay. I think they are simply showing origins of concepts, not disproving Christianity. Christianity disproves itself by claiming to be literal. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's another thing, When people take certain things to be literal, I'm like, ooh, okay. Now we're living in fairy tale land. Like we're living in fairy tale land, 100%. Anyways, Matt. Can't beat Matt. Can't beat Matt at all. 100%. All right, so family tree. I am going to be signing off. Typing Shaka Amos and Jabari. Yeah. I'm going to be signing off. Bro, even when you talk about Shaka, I love Shaka Amos as well, yeah. And I love brother Jabari. But when they speak on Christianity, yeah. When they speak on Christianity or even Islam, I'm like, yeah, you lot don't know nothing about neither of them properly. From a academic scholarly approach, humbly speaking, I really don't think they do. They believe they do, but I really don't think they do. And that's not me. Like, again, yeah, that's just my opinion. And I'm not trying to like throw shade at people or do this in a malicious, intentive way or nothing like that. I'm like, oh, stop, man. Just stop. Kemet is in its own lane by itself. 100%. It's in its own lane. Kemet is beautiful. But to be trying to claim or trying to make it bigger than it is by saying that these people stole from that, it's like the language that you're using, it's like, please stop. Absolutely stop it. All right. Yeah. Cool. But anyways, family tree, peace and love. I'm out. Let's see if I can actually